Hey there guys, it's Salis, and welcome back to Retro Wednesdays. This week we're taking a look at the sequel to last week's video. This is Golden Axe 2. Now, before I get into any gameplay, I just want to make note of something on the options menu for you. If you're going to play this game, make sure that life meter is at maximum, and you've got two types of magic now. Normal, which is normal for a Golden Axe game, or special. Do not ever select special. If you select special, it's the same magic over and over again, regardless of how full your meter is, and it does next to no damage, so I guess that really is special. If you choose normal, you get varied magic, and the Amazon's top level magic does make a return, only better. The dragon is far more impressive. So just bear with me and we'll get into some gameplay. So here we are with some gameplay. You'll notice I'm not playing the Amazon, and the main reason behind this is I don't know who was in charge of the budget for the sequel to Golden Axe, but they spent most of the money giving the Amazon bigger tits. I don't know how much breast enlargements cost in this world, but apparently it's all of it. Because, as you probably saw earlier, the awesome music from Golden Axe 1 is gone. As are the awesome sound effects. That's just terrible. But there's another reason why I'm playing as Grimly, son of Groin. It's because he is literally the best character in this game. Aside from the fact that he's the only one who knows how to put clothes on, he's also the most powerful. His magic is very weak, but that axe is so ridiculous that when compared to the Amazon or the Barbarian, there's no comparison. Grimly all the way. He's got the best reach, as in his hitbox is actually his hitbox. Now, one of the changes I like about this game is instead of taking magic from thieves, you kill evil wizards. Why are they evil wizards? Because they wear hoodies, of course. Although I'm not really threatened by them when you can do this. Yes, the AI is still dumber than a bag of rocks who've been hit over the head with a shovel. So all you gotta do is throw him back over there and stand in the corner. And then just stand here and watch them fall to their death. Because that is how dumb the AI is in this game. It's like there was a budget meeting on day one and they just said, you know, all that budget that we were given to, you know, improve enemy AI and have a kick-ass soundtrack again? Tell you what, let's make it simple. Let's just blow it all on terrible sound and give the Amazon bigger tits. And again, this is why I'm not playing the Amazon, because if I did, I knew that for at least one person on the world, that would qualify as porn. But let me just get this guy out of the way. And his terrible death sound effect, and I will show you some of the bosses. Right, yeah. Come get me. Unfortunately, the hard stun is still there. Come get, bitch. There we go. Problem solved. By the way, this is what qualifies as a boss. 4 enemies you're going to see throughout the game. You'll also notice the dwarf's magic has changed from the first one. In Golden Axe 1, his magic was all lightning-based, so he was basically impersonating Thor. Which makes me wonder why there weren't wings on his helmet instead of horns. In this one, they've kind of acknowledged his dwarven heritage, and he throws boulders. And the Thor powers have been given to the Barbarian. Which I'm grateful for, because the Barbarian's magic was lava. Not that distinct from the Amazon's fire magic. You'll also notice occasionally you can throw enemies at enemies, which is a new introduction. Now this is quite cool. The thief sections in the middle of missions have been replaced with fighting evil wizards, but they've always been turned into something. So they appear as like bats or frogs before you have to fight them. It's kind of cool. Now this is where the game takes a voyage into Trip Out City. You literally end up in hell. Now, you'll notice some of the skeletons don't animate. I can only guess that this is because I'm playing single player. Taking a wild stab in the dark because I never have anyone to play these games with, I'd say that all the skeletons activate in multiplayer, thus ramping up the challenge. It doesn't really need ramping up though. The challenge in this game came from the fact that it was punishingly hard, and once you were in combat, you were stuck. Fortunately, if you learn to exploit the enemy AI, which is dumber than a bag of rocks, you can just keep attacking them from the high ground and they will never stop you. Also something new, you can actually pick up these magic tomes anywhere. They could just be lying around. Which is handy because you're not always guaranteed to find an evil hoodie wizard. As you can see, you can easily stun these things just by jumping and slashing away with your big giant fuck-off axe. Although I think they missed a trick by not making the axe golden. Right, feel the wrath of Grimly. I said feel the wrath of Grimly. You know what, screw it, you're getting the boulders. They'll give me a chance to show off some of the other magic the dwarf has access to. Right. This is his level 2 magic. Avalanche! Like I said, if you chose the special magic option, you'd only get the one spell, and it's always the Avalanche. And it's always level 1 magic, so it's really, really weak. It does almost no damage, it just looks fancy. The only one who can actually do any real damage with the special magic is the Amazon, because she has a massive magic meter. And you see what I mean about these bosses being repeated? They all get this treatment. I wish I was kidding. Even the big guys with no head, which you cut off in the previous mission, will make a comeback. And as with Golden Axe 1, all the enemies are just palette swap versions of ones you've faced before. So I suppose the question is Golden Axe 2 any good? I was majorly let down by Golden Axe 2. When I got it, I was expecting something that would expand on Golden Axe 1 rather than just basically be the same thing. And when I found out about the special magic option, it was nothing. I mean, the whole idea of Golden Axe 1 was you stashed up all the magic you could, so you had the biggest, baddest magic for the boss fight. In this one, if you've got special magic on, there's really no point. All your magic's the same, you just have more of it. I think this is an example of one of those sequels that just wallows in the original. There are some improvements, like the beasts are slightly better. Like, take for example, this thing. Unfortunately, as you've just seen, keeping hold of a beast once you're riding it is very difficult. Because they've learned from Game 1 that the easiest way to get someone off their mount is to ram them. A technique I believe I perfected the first time. Come on, Grimly, we can do this. There we go. Well, I'll just finish up this level and I'll give you a final summation. Lizard boys are annoying me now. Hell, that's stun, man. Come on, die already. Come on. You just can't kill things like you used to. And there we go, continue again. When you continue, by the way, you always start with a bit of magic, so if you're running a bit low on the old magic. Right, I'd like to point out at this point, this boss fight is basically, see those two big things on the right? That's the level 1 boss. This is only level 4. So all they've done is palette swap level 1's boss and put 2 of them in. And this isn't the last we see of them. These characters recur over and over again. Most of the time, in the late game, they're just standard enemies. Why they got demoted from boss status, I don't know, apart from the fact they were easily beaten by a dwarf. But it does give me the chance to show you what some of the larger enemies sound like when they die. Minotaurs. Hate Minotaurs. Especially when they throw me. This isn't a dwarf tossing contest. Feel the wrath of my axe. Now you'll notice that death roar sounds oddly familiar. It's basically the same one as the dwarf. So what are my thoughts on Golden Axe 2? Should you get it? Should you try it? I'd try it, certainly, but don't expect it to compare in any measurable way to Golden Axe 1. Golden Axe 1 was one of those games that was so good, you couldn't really improve it. Even with all of its flaws, like its hard stun combat system, and skeletons that can scream for some reason. But this one is worth it if you enjoy Golden Axe 1. If you didn't enjoy Golden Axe 1, this thing is going to annoy you. So, if you're a serious collector and you enjoyed Golden Axe 1, I would highly recommend you pick this up. And until next week, I've been Salis. He's been Grimly, son of Groin. And I will see you next time.